krts nayatana spheres of totality of the object. We have already spoken of them in regard to the vimoksas and the abhavayatanas. They are called spheres of totality because they embrace their object in its totality. Question. Of the four formless spheres, Arupayatana, only the first two, Akasananjayatana sphere of infinite space and Vijnanatayatana sphere of infinite consciousness, are krts nayatanas. Why are the other two formless spheres, namely, Akimkanayatana sphere of nothing at all and Naivasam Nanasam Nayatana sphere of neither identification nor non-identification, not krts nayatanas as well? Answer. The krts nayatanas are subjective views of the formless spheres. Only two, those of infinity of space and infinity of consciousness, lend themselves of subjective extensions. Safety, happiness, vastness, immensity and infinity, the sphere of space, said the Buddha. Throughout all the krts nayatanas there is a consciousness capable of quickly bearing upon all things, and, faced with these dharmas, one determines the presence of consciousness. This is why the two spheres of space and consciousness constitute the krts nayatana. On the other hand, in the sphere of nothing at all, there is no substance capable of being extended. There is no happiness there, and, in regard to nothing at all, the Buddha said nothing about infinity, immensity. In the sphere of neither identification nor non-identification, the mind is dull and it is hard for it to grasp a concept and extend it to infinity, as is the case for the krts nas. Furthermore, the akasayatana is close to the form realm and it can still be concerned with visibles. The vijnanayatana also can be concerned with visible objects. Besides coming out of the vijnanayatana, or one can leap into the fourth dhyana, and, on coming out of the fourth dhyana, one is able to leap into the vijnanayatana. On the contrary, the akimkanayatana and the naivasam nayatana as the higher spheres of the arupayatana are very distant in formlessness. This is why they are not krts nayatanas. 4. Objects and distribution of the vimoksas, abhavis and ksts nas. Every utilization of these three types of dharmas realizes a mastery over the object. 1. The krts nayatanas are impure. The first three vimoksas, the seventh and eighth vimoksas, are impure. The others are sometimes impure, sometimes pure. 2. The first two vimoksas and the first four abhavayatanas are contained in the first and second dhyanas. The subhavimoksa, the last four abhavayatanas and the first 8 krts nayatanas are contained in the fourth dhyana. 3. The first two krts nayatanas are called akasayatana. The akasayatana contains the vijnanayatana. The vijnanayatana contains the first three vimoksas, the 8 abhavayatanas and the first 8 krts nayatanas, all of which have as object the visibles of the desire realm. The four next vimoksas have as object the formless realm, the marvelous qualities of pure dharmas and the good in the four fundamental absorptions, because the fundamental formless absorptions do not concern the levels lower than them. The absorption of the cessation of concept and feeling constituting the 8th vimoksa, being neither mind nor mental event, has no object. The 7th vimoksa, namely, the absorption of neither identification nor non-identification alone, has as its object the four formless aggregates and the pure dharmas. Second section, the 9 successive absorptions. The 9 successive absorptions. Emerging from the first dhyana, the yogin then directly enters into the second dhyana in such a way that there is no other intervening mind, whether good or defiled. From the dhyana into the samapatti, the yogin continues in this way until the absorption of cessation of concept and feeling. Question. But other things can still follow one another directly. Why would just the 9 absorptions be successive? Answer. There are always foreign minds that happen to be interpolated among the other qualities. This is why they are not successive. But here, lofty resolve and wisdom are sharp. The yogin puts his own mind to the test, and coming out of the first dhyana, he enters directly into the second in such a way that no other mind intervenes. In these very qualities the mind is supple and easily cuts through desire. This is why the minds succeed one another. Of these successive absorptions, 2 impure and the other 7 are sometimes impure and sometimes pure. On the other hand, the dhyanantara variation of the first dhyana and the anagami threshold absorption of the first dhyana are without stability. Moreover, the successive absorptions are acquired by the ayas only, and their great benefits are not found in the samanantaka threshold absorptions. This is why the latter are not successive. The 8 vimoksas, the 8 abhavayatanas, the 10 karts nayatanas and the 9 anupurva samapattis have been explained in brief according to the Sravaka system. End chapter 34.